Hey everybody, so in a previous video that we've posted, we went and toured the Lake Livingston area and the state park that's there at Lake Livingston. Today, in today's video, we are gonna chronicle our camping trip to, what'd you show, honey? I didn't see it.
I was just making sure my car was locked.
Oh, okay.
Even though there's nothing in it, it's all in your car.
Right, so we're gonna chronicle our camping trip at Lake Livingston.
Make that glamping. You'll see why.
Yep.
Glamping.
We're gonna stay in one of the shelters that we toured in our previous video.
Very nice shelter.
So I don't know if you guys can see everything in the back of the car, but we are completely full.
Yep, this used to fit in the back of my truck. It would fit in the back of my truck. We made it fit in the back of her car.
Cause let me show you what Jeff drives now.
Yeah.
That we're not taking that camping.
We're not taking that anywhere.
So we will chronicle our trip on the way up there, and we're gonna stop at my mom and stepdad's house and get some firewood,
yep.
And maybe get some lunch while we're on our way up. And we'll see you guys as we go. Oh yeah,
we don't do this in a single night. We have to have at least 2 nights for this glamping trip because this car is packed to the gills.
Yes.
Everything we camp with is in the back of this car. When we get it all set up, you'll see why it's called glamping and why we don't do it in a single night. This is a 2-night trip.
At least a 2-night trip.
Yeah, at least, minimum. Oh, and by the way, we both have our ugly hats, just in case an alligator comes along and we need to throw it at him or something.
Right. All right, now we'll see you guys on the way. All right, everybody, we have stopped at the grocery store and got our groceries for our camping trip. We stopped at our local H-E-B. They had a really good selection to choose from for our groceries, so we stopped there. Since we're on the road getting to the camping site, we have stopped at Wendy's to get lunch. I don't know if you can see the building back there, but we stopped at Wendy's to just get lunch to eat on the road. And we stopped at my mom and stepdad's house to get the firewood, since they have a huge rack of firewood in their backyard. Didn't need to buy any if we can get some from them for free. So as soon as we can get our lunch ready to go so we can eat and drive at the same time, we'll get back on the road and we'll get you guys some shots of the open road as we're driving to Lake Livingston State Park. See y'all later.
13 miles.
Yep. We've made it to Goodrich, Texas, which is the town just outside of Lake Livingston State Park.
13 miles. See you when we get there. And we made it.
We are here.
Texas Parks and Wildlife State Department, Lake Livingston. And it rained out here.
Yes, it did, since the last time we came out to do our last video. One of the neat things about Lake Livingston State Park here is here's one of the entrances to one of their walking trails. I don't know how much you can see it there since it's kind of in the shade, but that's one of the entrances to their walking trails. We stopped here to pay. This is their entrance and registration. Their gift shop is not here in this building. It's down by the lake, which I don't remember if we showed in our last video or not, but we'll try to get it this trip. It's another walking trail right over there. This is April. We're recording this in April, so mornings are still kind of cool, and afternoons are getting into the low to mid 80s. So good camping weather. Still a good breeze going on. I can't wait to get to our covered shelter and get unpacked. All right, so we just paid for our
Well, we checked in.
We checked in.
I paid for it online.
Oh, okay.
Last week. So you can, especially if you're going to get a
shelter?
Go online, Texas Wildlife, Parks and Wildlife Department, and make sure and reserve the shelter, especially if it's a busy weekend or a holiday or something, because there's only a handful of them, and if you don't get one, you don't get one.
Right. So we're in shelter 3, which is the one that we walked through in our last video, which is exciting. It's right there by the water.
Yep. Kind of off by itself too. The others are grouped together on the other side of the road.
Yeah. It's a nice drive over to our shelter area. I wanted to show you guys what it looks like on the way to the shelters. I see the sign here. It says turn right for the shelters. They have campsites right here. This is the first set of campsites.
There's a shed on top of the table there. It's nice.
That is really nice.
This is a really nice park.
And we've camped here before.
Long time
ago, just using tents. And we'd actually forgotten about it until we came to film our last video.
And it did rain here.
It did. I see the water.
Yeah, puddle of water still in the road. So everything got a good drink of water out here. This is the bathroom, men's and women in the shower.
Yep.
Yep.
And here are the shelters.
Yep.
Right on the water.
Number 3.
Okay, we'll start getting unpacked and we'll video once we get set up. This is our little shelter right here on the edge of the water.
Number 3. Choppy.
So we just came up. Here's shelter number 3. And I just noticed on the outside here they've got our last name along with our checkout. So this is nice. I think Jeff found him a little squirrel to play with. He's already given him one cracker. And the squirrel came up and reached out to him earlier. Getting another one too. And this one reached out and got the cracker from him. Oh, there he goes. Looks like you found you a neat little animal friend, huh? Was there another one over there?
Yeah, but he just held it out and it came up, took it out of my hands.
Ah.
And he got up there on his post so he could eat his crackers.
How
Yum,
fun.
yum, yum.
All right, we've gotten the room pretty much all the way set up. I wanted to show you guys, we set up some patio lights, or as we call them, Christmas lights. We went ahead and plugged them in to make sure they worked. Got them plugged in right here and they are on. We've got them strung all the way over here, around the corner to the there's a picnic area, the big bench, and our firewood and log splitter plus our fire pit and a big picnic table, and then the Christmas lights come back around here. Well, come on inside. Jeff's setting up our little kitchen area. Okay, honey.
We're good.
So what do you got there?
So I got toast oven for toast, 2-burner stove for bacon and eggs and whatnot, then a coffee pot so we can have our coffee.
Uh-huh.
And we got a can of beans. We'll open up and stick in that. Roast hot dogs on a fork. Beanies and weenies.
Our trash can for the next couple of days. We've got our laptop set up with the TV hooked up to it, or a big computer monitor. We're going to watch some Big Bang Theory on it. The rest of our kitchen pantry in front there, plus our refrigerated foods in the coolers.
The fan and the heater.
The fan and the heater.
6-foot run to the back of this so we can put our phones and rechargeable battery, light, and mouse for the...
And then the beds. Oh, and you got your mouse to be able to do what you need it to do. You may not be able to use it much over there, but...
the monitor just went off.
Oh.
There it is. Yeah, I can use it.
Okay, but we have our beds here. Now this little shelter, you see the ladder there in the middle. It actually goes up and has a little loft in it, which I have not seen, but Jeff has been up there. Oh, and another thing I forgot, we put our fishing poles up here to kind of keep them out of the way, and stored the rest of the stuff for the fishing, and our camping seats and our fishing seats over there.
We'll go ahead and plug everything with the computer.
Okay. I wanted to show you our view right outside the window next to Jeff's bed. We are right here next to the water, so we're going to be able to sleep good listening to the waves outside tonight. That's what I wanted to show you. Oh, and we do have a fan and a light in here as well. So we'll see you guys later. We're going to go ahead and start getting the movie set up. What are you doing, honey?
Making a big pile of firewood.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a campfire, huh?
It'll burn easier.
Yeah. That's a neat looking contraption you got there.
Yeah, it's handy. Log splitter.
Looks like it works pretty good. So behind me is the little cabin that we're staying in, the little covered shelter. And if I turn and face the shelter, there's some others over here that's facing our cabin. So I wanted to kind of walk over here and check them out, see what they look like. So I'm going to turn the camera around now that I'm done talking, and we can walk through and just see the walk space and area over here by these other cabins. So this one little entry right here will take you to 3 different cabins. So you can split off and go to this cabin over here, or you can go to the right and go to one of these 2 cabins over here. So this campfire area right here is part of this cabin here, so you'd have to go downstairs to get to it, but it backs up right there to the water, which is kind of nice. And this one here on the end has a ramp, so it's handicap accessible. Has a ramp that you zigzag down to get to the camp place, the campfire area over here. And it has a walk space over here to the sidewalk that outlines the water area. we thought we had reserved this one when Jeff went online to make the reservations, but when we got here they said we were actually in the one that we're in now, so we went ahead and stayed in that space. I'm kind of glad we did, because it's rained here in the last couple days and it's very wet down here, and I would not have enjoyed having this whole space right here wet. This is kind of nice. There again is where we're camping, and behind the tree there you can kind of see Jeff sitting out there working on the campfire. So I'm going to head back and we'll spend some time there at our cabin. We've been visited by a lot of these little squirrels. They seem very friendly, come right up to us.
It's a cracker. You're gonna finish that one first. You're gonna finish that cracker first.
So cute.
Yum, 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 yum.
Jeff is ready to start fishing, so while I was grabbing the chairs, he went on out to sit by the water. Just to show you how close we are, here's where he's sitting, and here's the cabin we're staying in. So, nice little walk down there. It's so calm and serene out here at the lake. We thought we'd give fishing a try. Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, doll. Trying to fill my
Oh, with stink bait, huh?
bait tube with poo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go for the peanut butter stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that.
yummy.
Alright, hon, we'll check back in a little bit. Alright, so we've got a fire going in our little fire pit. We're doing hot dogs out here. I know it's hard to focus, but we're having a good time just roasting hot dogs.
Roasting weenies.
Yep. There you go, it finally started to focus. We've got beans in the crock pot inside the shelter, and we'll have beans and weenies here soon.
Weenies.
Hey everybody, it is Tuesday morning, and we have been able to make it through the night. It was pretty cold when I got up this morning, at least to me it was. So we've got our little space heater running right now to kind of warm things up a little bit. And I wanted to show you guys just how calm the water got overnight. It was pretty choppy yesterday. Here, I'll do this so that you guys can see it a little better. The water was pretty choppy yesterday, but it's very calm now. And Jeff is having some fun with his tackle box, making some smaller lures for smaller fish. Our little lights last night helped us out when we made our campfire. We were able to see down the pathway to the fire pit so that we could get our campfire made. It's been a good trip so far. Okay, baby. So you're making some lures, huh?
Yeah, just to make it easier. Don't have much to work with because I didn't take much time replacing what was stolen.
Yeah, we had someone come into our storage area and take all our fishing gear.
I had a bunch of stuff to make lures with. Today we're just gonna make some small hook lures for some panfish. Get a length of about that much, 2 feet.
Okay.
And you need that much with this thin of a...
Yeah, I can barely see it in the
yeah,
screen.
I can't see it, period. So that you have plenty of room to work with. What we'll do is we'll take one of these swivels. This will be what we hook onto the pole, and at the other end we'll have the hook set up. You just thread it through one of the eyes. And pull it back. Give it 2 or 3 good twists so that it's twisted around, which is not easy. That's why you have so much of this to work with.
Oh, okay.
Then you take the end of it, thread it back up through the loop at the swivel, and then bend the end over. This stuff is so fine. I wish I had thicker, but I don't. This came with a kit.
Oh, okay.
Pop that back up through the loop, and if you have real teeth, this is so much easier. Grab a hold of the end of it and cinch the knot down, cut off the excess, and that end is complete.
Okay. Well, I'll see if I can help you out then, son.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've made a little friend and a squirrel.
He peels the grape. He peels the outside of it off and eats the inside.
Jeff gave him a half a grape. It is a little boy, so he's eating the meat of the grape. He's already eaten a cracker and a half.
One nice piece. He's like, no, I don't like that outside. I don't like that outside.
It's too hard for him to eat.
Yeah, maybe. He's just eating the insides. Now he's getting the outside. Yep.
One more. One more. Yeah, it's a good grape.
Good boy.
See, he's peeling the outside
Yep,
off.
he's peeling the outside off. That's so cool. We'll go back to... Oh, look, he peeled that whole outside off.
Yep.
And now to eat the meat.
Yum, yum, yum.
I'm going to give him some more, the rest of his cracker
He
here in a minute.
peels the outside of the grape off. Isn't that neat?
Yum, 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 yum. Oh, this is good stuff. Oh, yeah. Yum, yum, yum.
Well, it's about almost 9:40 at night. We decided we were going to go ahead and head back home. We stayed one night there at the campsite. It was really good. It was really nice. The weather was great. I just have to be prepared for the next day at work. And I got a lot of phone calls from work because we were going through some issues. So we decided to go ahead and head home. But first we had to stop at the
Texas stop sign, Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen here in Cleveland, Texas. In Cleveland, Texas, to get us some ice cream and dinner. So now we're heading home. It was a really great camping trip. It was nice weather, like I said. Bugs were a little kind of an issue, but other than that, it was great.
Yeah, the bugs have started. They're not that bad right now, but they're gonna get bad
Right.
from here.
Right. But just
it was nice and cool last night too.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
So if y'all ever get a chance to head out to Lake Livingston State Park, we'd recommend it, especially staying in the shelters.
The shelters are nice.
Yep.
Number 2?
We stayed in number 3.
We stayed in 3. Number 2 was in the shade. Next time, number 2, because it's entirely in the shade. The table, the shelter, and the fire pit all in the shade all day long, which was
we got afternoon sun in our shelter.
Bad.
Yeah.
Couldn't see what you were doing because of the glare coming through the windows.
Yep. All right, well, that was our camping trip. Thank you guys for following us, and see you guys the next time.
Yep.